I don't have a problem with it. I feel like if the woman can pass the standard and she can get it done, then like I don't have a problem with it. I in any situation, whether it's military or anything else, I always think that there will be like when you mix men and women together. I think the number one thing I said, I think I said it to Bernie. I was like, hey, it's the same thing in sports, right? Like if a girl wants to play men's sports or men's football, I think I specifically used men's football. It puts men in a very difficult situation, right? Because just say she's the kicker. So how many times have you seen men hit male kickers, either by accident or on purpose or whatever? You get hit by a grown ass man.
Those dudes go flying
in the air.
Kickers. Yeah.
Like that shit's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Now put a woman as the kicker. So the dude now has to decide, am I going to go full force to block this kick, this punt, this whatever, and possibly hit this girl and hurt her? Now how much trouble am I in because I just hit a girl?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or
an argument can be made for not having females in combat. You know what I'm saying? Like you can make that argument. Some people would even take it even further. They just shouldn't be, they should never be deployed. They should only be blah, blah, blah back at home base or whatever. And I don't agree with that because I think women provide a balance. You know what I'm saying? Like they provide a unique balance to, if it's a bunch of dudes, man, that testosterone's going crazy. And oftentimes that voice of reason ain't loud enough. You know what I'm saying? We end up doing really, really dumb shit.
You do dumb shit with voice of reasons anyway.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
The other question is too, though, just like I said, like when a dude has to decide whether he's going to hit a woman who's playing the sport that they're playing in, if you're in combat and there's a woman out with you, and I'm just asking this question. I'm not saying yes, no, or I'm not trying to, but I'm asking you this question. Would you worry more about her than the dudes that, like, would there be more attention paid to her to make sure she's okay than you would if it was another dude by your side?
Yeah. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Will you forget your boys because there's a woman here and you want to make sure that she's okay?
Yeah, that chivalry type attitude where like, exactly. I got to make sure the woman's all right. That
has to come into play in your head, right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure, 100%.
For cops, 100%. for just good men in general. Like if you have a woman next to you and you're in a dangerous situation, you're gonna let your boys. Oh, here goes his camera.
I'm still here.
I know. But you're going to let your boys handle themselves because you're going to take care of this. Is that not a thought process? I'm just asking if it's a thought process.
It's absolutely a thought process. And I don't even know if that can be broken. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, soldiers, you're out on a combat mission. There's some females, but treat them like dudes. Okay.
Really?
Let's do it. But
really?
I used to spar only men and they never held back.
Really though? Because I did.
I think that happens. I mean, I think that happens. What Wanda said, I used to spar only men and they never held back. They tested me big time. I think that happens, but is it? I think it's much more like Mr. Pat Lang likes to say. That's much more of an isolated incident. Because we didn't have, that's where I really started tapping into like MMA, was military times and deployment. And we did not have any females. We had plenty of them in our unit, but like we didn't have any of them trying to step up and learn anything, let alone spar. So I think that's more rare.
I sparred a lot too. And I definitely sparred MMA and I definitely have done jujitsu and I definitely have. Every man that's ever tested me, and we had like when we sparred and we had belt tests, right? So if you were going from white belt to yellow belt to green belt to purple to what they did, the end of your test literally was like you had kata, but the end of your test literally was if you were going to yellow belt, you had to like they had 3 people, and you would have to fight all 3 people for 5 minutes, and they would just rotate in and out for minutes. And then when you went to a green belt, it was like 5 people. When you went to a purple belt, it was 8 people.
Sure.
And like you had to be able to keep your wits about you and fight all. It was all dudes. It was like maybe 2 girls for me in there. Those guys did not, like, they pushed me. Sure. They absolutely pushed me. But if they had put their full force into those like 5, then 7, then 9, then 11 minutes, like, there's no way.
They'd have messed you up.
Just fresh dudes that have been resting fresh, and I've been fighting now for 5 minutes coming in to like.
Gets between you and what you love. Once monthly.
They didn't just, and I had a guy like front kick straight to my sternum.
Ooh.
Lost, and I was breathing out. Lost all my air. Like, yeah, right.
Ouch.
So, I mean, I get it, Juana. I get it. But like, they held back. Like, I would say that they held back.
And I think that's much more common. And Juana, that's not at all to say that you were incorrect or you're making stuff up. But yeah, I think it's just way more common because in the military, most of the men are like the men full of chivalry and want to protect women. And, you know what I'm saying? And, hey, go and mess that girl up. Like, oh, I don't know, man. Like, that's my sister. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I can do that. You know,
I'm sure they tested you. Like, I'm sure they tested you.
Mm-hmm.
Because your brother would test you, right? Your brother would want to make sure you know what it feels like to get hit, or you know what it feels like to get choked, or so that you can keep your wits about you, so you can still make conscious decisions. But they didn't. If someone was trying to hurt you, your brothers didn't come at you like that. You know what I mean? Like that's going to be a whole different situation. That's what I think. Anyway, they pushed the envelope. I'm not